Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. JLR investigates. Hello, everyone. Wow, what a night. What a night in Pinellas County. Hurricane Milton swooped through, left widespread damage throughout Pinellas County. Pinellas County is actually closed to outside people right now. You can't even get into Pinellas County unless you are a resident or on official business. And yes, we are on official business covering and storm chasing Hurricane Milton. I'm in Tarpon Springs. I decided to cross into Pinellas County to assess the damage. Now, a lot of things happened overnight, particularly St. Pete, Florida, that we know of. One, Tropicana Field lost its roof. We were out there last night seeing the roof, and I was shocked, and then I seen some images later, and the roof was totally gone. Then a crane, folks, a crane fell down in St. Pete. We were talking about those same cranes. We were talking about the cranes on top of the buildings, like, why aren't they moving the crane? And lo and behold, a crane fell down. I am safe. Thank God. Pretty wild ride that we saw last night. Still windy out here. Still windy. I'm at the sponge docks, but we're going to go around and assess the damage and drive around. What I've seen thus far is a lot of tree damage on the side streets. Side streets are flooded. Debris. I see some signs knocked down. A little, nuisance stuff. But they say towards Tampa, Riverview, St. Pete, widespread, extensive damage. So we'll see. I've seen some reports of different buildings, like the cinder blocks and everything like that. Some roofs are off, cinder blocks knocked down. No storm surge. You know what's interesting about this storm, folks? The interesting thing about this storm is other hurricanes. When we always come back afterwards, we come to Tarpon Springs. We come to these sponge docks here. And most of the time, this area, lately, the last few storms, they would get surge. Helene would get about 5 feet of storm surge here. Guess what, folks? They didn't get any storm surge. Like we were reporting on JLR Investigates while we were down in St. Pete, the storm surge never happened. Matter of fact, it was a reverse storm surge. And all the water from the rivers, like the Anclote River in Tampa Bay and Hillsborough Bay, all that got sucked out. It all got sucked out. So there was never no surge. So that's a good thing. Tampa Bay definitely dodged a bullet because the storm, the eye of the storm, as we know, Siesta Key, they say, in that area, that's when it made landfall. The eye went south. The eye went south. Now, unfortunately, there was reports that Sarasota got 11-foot storm surge. Kind of looked at the damage there, but not yet because we're out in the field right now. I'm actually going to get Magnolia in the chat while we drive. I got some bad news about my vehicle, folks. My tire's shot, so I lost the tire. I woke up this morning and there was a gigantic, and this is the JLR storm chasing mobile. There was a gigantic knot in my tire. Thank God it didn't blow, but it's ready to blow up. There's a giant knot on the side of my tire. It might have been because I ran over and hit that whatever last night, that cement block in the middle of the road, because all the power went out. A lot of places don't have power. I don't believe here in this area at the sponge docks has power. They're out of power, and there are lines knocked down. So also, folks, you got lines, power lines. People have their businesses boarded up. Around here in Tarpon Springs, it looks like the historical sponge docks did okay. But we do have some wires like here. I don't want to get near the wires because I don't know if they're live or not. But we do have wires knocked down. And I've seen this a lot of places. I don't want to touch. I shouldn't touch. I don't want to be electrocuted. So I had to switch vehicles. I'm in the hybrid. I'm in a hybrid. We have multiple vehicles. I'm in the hybrid. So I'll be riding around in a different vehicle. My tire's shot. I'll have to go fix it up. But what a wild what a wild journey last night. We were in downtown St. Pete, where I feel, based off the analysis afterward, looking at the radar and looking at the storm track, how it sliced through the state of Florida, I think we were at pretty much the worst it could be in this storm as far as wind. Because in St. Pete, we were literally in the eye wall. For some reason, the eye didn't reach St. Pete, but it just went just south and then cut across. But we were in that eye wall on the northwestern side for a good 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. It seems like it was definitely sustained over 50 miles an hour consistently, with gusts 100 miles an hour. I believe that they said 110, possibly. There's some numbers out there like 101 that was reported in St. Pete, also 103 in Sarasota. I think it was a little bit higher than that, but though we were in those buildings, so the situation amplifies through those buildings. But man, things were blowing all over the place. It was all blowing all over the place. I was scared, but we had to get the truth out, and I'm glad I was being able to provide you guys a service out there. So here is the scene at the sponge docks. Again, wires down, but no storm surge. You know, you got these things that fly off, a lot of people's fences, the boards on the side of fences, they're you know, flown off in different residential neighborhoods. But it's pretty good here. It looks like the Tarpon Springs sponge docks, which normally gets a lot of this storm surge damage. Afterward, all these businesses usually clean up the last couple storms, but you don't have it. It's completely dry. Completely dry. Look, somebody's signs down. Someone was like, you need a SUV to chase storms. Not necessarily, folks. Not necessarily. Maybe an SUV for the damage afterward, because you have to navigate through those crazy roads. But during a storm, I like a car because a car has great gas mileage. Cars have great gas mileage. For me, I like the gas mileage because we basically covered a storm all day yesterday, 16 hours on one tank of gas. It's pretty impressive to me. 16 hours on one tank of gas, and there's no gas stations open right now. Gas stations are still closed. Everything is closed. I tried to call Tire Kingdom about my tire, and Tire Kingdom said, we're not open. No one's open. Though I think things are going to slowly trickle back to open. Look, got one there. Did you get damage? No damage. No damage. No damage. No damage. At the Greek restaurant. No damage. No storm surge. No storm surge came through. That's a good sign, folks. That is a good sign that no storm surge came through. But yeah, you get a lot of this. You got this stuff can be cleaned up. It takes a while. It takes a few hours of your time. I think every business owner and everybody has a responsibility to clean up their own mess on their own property, maybe bring it out. But not the catastrophic storm surge that they predicted in this area. I don't even think they got storm surge. Matter of fact, the Gulf of Mexico probably got the storm surge from these rivers that never got the storm surge. As the storm was coming through, you notice we were saying down in St. Pete, it was actually shrinking. I kept going back and back at the water in every hour, and I'm like, yo, the water's getting less and less and less and less. It never breached the seawall. Great thing. Great thing. Because if we would have been on that other side, the stuff that you saw in Sarasota very well could have been Pinellas County. It could have been Tampa Bay. It could have been St. Pete. Could have been Oldsmar. Could have been everywhere. All those communities around Tampa Bay could have got that 11-foot storm surge, but they didn't. Good. Maybe a blessing. Unfortunately, other people have to suffer further south. But I think people, I don't know how many deaths there is. I've heard there's some tornadoes killed people, right? Tornadoes. And our thoughts and prayers are with everyone that lost their life with the tornadoes. Because those tornadoes, you don't know where they're going to pop up and how they're going to pop up. And then when they pop up, ahead of that storm, they're all to the right side of the storm. It's just all types of tornadoes were dropping yesterday as the storm was coming through. Another thing that was interesting about this area, Pinellas County at some spots received up to 20 inches of rain. I think the consensus is most of the communities in Pinellas County got over 10 inches of rain. St. Pete was like 16 inches of rain. Clearwater had almost 20, Clearwater Beach. A lot of people got rain. A lot of people got rain from this storm. One thing I noted, I put on Twitter, I was like, because we started out yesterday around 7 a.m. and it didn't stop raining the whole time. So I put out a tweet, I said, it literally rained in Pinellas County, here in Pinellas County, for 20 straight hours. Has to be some sort of record. 20 straight hours it rained. And at some points, and sometimes when the rain was coming through, it would come in at an inch or 2 or 3 inches per hour. It was a big, big, big deal. It was a big deal. But we still got a ghost town here in Tarpon Springs, Florida. We got a ghost town in Tarpon Springs, Florida, folks. So people all boarded up. That's the situation. Somebody got a squeaky tire. You're going to hear a lot of squeaky tires because people's cars were underwater, going through puddles and things like that. So somebody in the chat said, seems like Milton didn't do as much damage as Helene. You know, I can kind of agree with that. You know, Milton went across the state of Florida, right? Widespread nuisance damage, not the catastrophic damage as Helene did. For instance, the Helene storm surge in Keaton Beach or Steinhatchee, I mean, they got 15-foot storm surge. A lot of those communities like Horseshoe Beach and Steinhatchee and Keaton Beach and Cedar Key, a lot of those communities, guys, and even around here, all these communities down here from Helene got wiped out along the coast. Yeah, a lot of damage. But this particular storm, I don't see the crazy catastrophic damage. I see, you know, damage, but it wasn't as much as Helene. I can agree with you. And then plus we got our Carolina and Tennessee and Georgia, South Carolina residents praying for them because it was just probably worse there than it was in Florida. So it was really, really bad up there from Helene. But as far as this one, we survived. And that's what's important. That's what's important. We survived. I think most people fared out okay with this. We'll see the death toll. Hopefully it's not up a lot. But I was very concerned about some really horrific numbers here. Now, do you think the media overhyped this thing? Because some people were like, well, you know, you came in, it was a 5, and you really didn't have Cat 1 numbers. You know, you read the Twitter chat, and then there were some people complaining, saying the meteorologists got it wrong, and all that evacuation for nothing. I would just say be grateful. I would just say be grateful. If it didn't hit your area, be grateful that it didn't hit your area and did worse. Because I think the meteorologists, and as far as the emergency management and everything like that, I think they did the best they could. I mean, I was getting alerts all night long in real time about moments like, warning people, high wind warning about to happen, excessive flooding about to happen. Like, they were literally warning people, and they were on the radio and TV, and I think most people in the Pinellas County area took, heed to that and evacuated or got out or got on higher ground. Those islands were pretty much empty. Everyone got out of Dodge, and they're like, we're out of there. We're out of there. We're not going to mess with this storm. So take it as a blessing if you come home and you have your house and everything like that. No storm surge. Hey, you made it. You made it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in the car and we're going to go for a drive. We're going to go put this thing up on the mantle here. And I asked this guy here, hey, did you survive? He said, yeah, he survived. You going back out?
Week and a half.
Week and a half. What you catching? Sponges?
Water's gonna be dirty.
Dirty?
Gotta wait 8 to 10 days for this to clear out.
Gotcha. Stay safe. Thank you. I was talking to him beforehand. He's like a fisherman. He's out there. He goes out there and gets the sponges and different things. This is like the sponge stock. It's pretty spongy around here. You get sponges and stuff like that. Everything you use sponges for. I don't think it's connected to SpongeBob, but sponges. But yeah, we'll go around and see what's up. We'll go survey the damage. I am in the new JLR Batmobile here. We're in another vehicle here. We're rocking the other vehicle, and we're gonna see what in the world is going on and what in the world happened in Pinellas County, Florida. Come on in, folks. JLR Investigates. Let's get hooked up, and then we can hook you up and see firsthand. We're gonna drive around and see damage assessment and all that good stuff, and drive around. I know a lot of people are in the chat. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. We're gonna see what in the world is going on in Pinellas County. All right, plug it in. Come on in. Come on in. And we'll drive around. We'll see where the roadblocks are. Apparently, they're still not letting people into Pinellas County. Pinellas County is essentially closed to the public. Closed to the public. Let's rock. Come on in. And then also I'm going to get Magnolia in the chat. Matter of fact, let's call Magnolia right now and talk to her for a minute. Magnolia, I'm bringing you in the chat so we can talk. And we can talk a little bit about damage assessment. Come on in. Hello. Good morning, Magnolia. Magnolia's in the house.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Magnolia. What's going on?
Yeah, so I posted a minute ago if people missed it. So we didn't get any damage. We never lost power. And the front yard, the new mulch is perfectly intact. So we were worried we were going to have a lot of damage from trees falling and different things like that. But it seems like it's really, there's just, you know, some leaves and yard debris that we'll clean up. So we did all right.
So Magnolia Investigates are going to put you on the spot. How did you feel about me being out there in the storm?
I was annoyed. You know, I was annoyed.
Magnolia didn't necessarily seems like wanting me out there in the storm, you know, at the time of those moments. But when you're in that moment, you're in that moment. You got to document what's going on. It was pretty intense, but I felt pretty secure behind those buildings. You always want to plant yourself. I have like a mental evacuation plan and everything like that. So when I'm driving, I evaluate and I see what spots you could get to higher ground quickly. And I noticed in St. Pete, even just a few blocks away from downtown St. Pete is I-275. I-275 is definitely up higher. It's almost like a bridge. It's really high up. It got to be 50 feet high up. So I had a plan. If that storm surge was going to, you know, come in, I think I would have had at least a few minutes to get away. What do you think? No?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know because I just didn't like that particular area you were in because they, you know, St. Pete really did get really, really severe winds.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
over 100 miles an hour. So I mean, the main concern that I had with that position you were sitting in was like debris flying through the windows of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember in Helene during last week in Florida, there were only a few deaths in Florida because of that storm, and at least one or two of them was because stuff flew through people's cars. So that was my concern with you sitting out there, and all that stuff was blowing around. And also, I don't know if anyone saw this, but Anderson Cooper got knocked upside the head with debris last night.
Yeah, people.
I think where was he? I think he was in Tampa, maybe. No, he was in Bradenton. It says he's in Bradenton, and he was out there outside, like when the storm was going crazy, and all of a sudden,
yeah, it hit him.
What it was, it flew and hit him in the head.
Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know if it was a sign or a piece of cardboard or what or some sort of like plastic sign or something like that that went boom like that. It was pretty round. And then another thing people were saying is the other CNN guy was in that parking garage that I was going to go in. Remember the parking garage I was going to go up and seek higher ground if I needed to be? Well, there was a CNN reporter that was up on the fourth floor, and they were doing live shots, and you could see my silver car going through the area when he was doing the report. And that's where everyone was saying, hey, I see you on CNN. I see you on CNN.
Yeah.
They were seeing my
Yeah,
car navigate through the area.
I heard people saying that, but we don't even get CNN because I have Fubo TV. That's the TV service we have, and they dropped CNN years ago. So people were saying CNN, and I was like trying to look it up, but I didn't see it. So, but that's what they were saying. They used, I guess, part of their views that they, you know how they show all the different views from different places. I guess the one they were using in St. Pete was like where you were.
Yeah, which was interesting. But you know, another thing is, notice the storm kind of sped up and hit land quicker than it was supposed to. I mean, some models had it in the evening time, but a lot had it overnight, right? Originally?
Yeah. Well, originally they said Thursday
2 a.m.
late evening and stuff, but then it got later and later and later, and at one point it was like 2 a.m. Even on like some other things I saw, it was like 4 a.m. But yeah, so the storm, because I think that the storm did slow at a certain point, but then it speeded up yesterday at some point because they were like, oh, it's coming a lot faster now. And by, really around like 4 p.m. or so yesterday, I would say is kind of when it all really started, like the outer bands, for me anyway, where I was. I think you started getting it around that time too, but it started like around 4 p.m.-ish, those outer bands, and then it just went on and on and on and on. Like when it finally made land, what was it, like 8:30? I think it was around 8:30 p.m. when they said it would landfall. I mean, it just kept going and going and going. Well, you got home at like midnight or something, and it was still really going. I mean, we still were getting the winds and the rain even that late.
Well, they were saying they was calling that a sling, a sting jet. They were saying that it's a something where the eye collapses of the storm, it expands out, but then it's kind of like a nor'easter that pushes a storm behind it, and after the eye goes through, then you get this like lots of intense winds that follow through, and that's kind of what we were getting. One thing, and there were like 100 miles an hour. But one thing I just noticed with St. Pete is just on that, I was shocked by this storm because usually the strongest of that eye is on that right side of that storm, right? The right northeast quadrant of that storm is usually the strongest part. They call it the dirty eye. But in this case, I really honestly believe that the most intense winds of this storm, the red, deep, convection, was actually where I was at Riverview in Tampa, just right at that little thing. But the thing about it is the storm stayed just to the south and then started moving east, where we were only maybe 5 miles away from actually being in the clear, and we weren't. And it just kept pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding. And it was like 2.5 hours, literally, of at least 60 mile an hour sustained winds. Like, it was howling for like 2.5 hours at least.
Mm-hmm.
Which was shocking. Like,
we noticed, I kept telling you last night, like, it looked like the eye closed. That's what it looked like on a lot of the maps. So at a certain point, the eye almost like disappeared, but then I guess it opened back up, and they say that's like the replacement cycle, the eye replacement or whatever. But yeah, at a certain point, the eye was completely closed and there was no eye for a while. And then it seems like I guess that's what happens. It goes through this replacement cycle, and it ended up, the eye ended up actually being pretty large, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, like, St. Pete was, like, within 5 miles of being in the total clear.
Mm-hmm.
And it never stopped raining. It was, like, literally almost 20 hours of straight rain in Pinellas County at spots. That's why they got so much rain. But our plan, folks, was actually to go out there, assess the damage, and then we thought that the storm was going to come overnight. So me and Magnolia, you were going to come with me on that second wave, where we were going to actually jot over to I-75 and shoot down and try to intercept the eye But we thought the eye would be much smaller and maybe more organized, because I do feel like it did kind of fall apart as it was making landfall, especially the back side of it. There was like no moisture behind it on the southeast side. There was like no moisture down there. But we were going to intercept it maybe around like Bradenton, like Sarasota on I-75 later in the night. But it sped up. So I was just like, I'm just going to stay put. I'm just going to stay put in St. Pete and ride it out. So I think as far as, you know, interesting things to see, I think we were in a pretty ideal spot. I don't think you could go much better than the actual spot with consistent rain and things like that. I mean, if you want to see storm surge, you could see storm surge in Venice. Horrible that happens to people down there on the beach. You know, it's a risk people take. It sucks. It's also a reminder, you know, that sunny beaches and all that nice area on the coastline, you know, at any given time, you know, things can come through and can go down south quickly. Let's go on a ride. So, talk to me, Magnolia, a little bit while we're driving. I'm going to go on a ride here and see exactly what's going on and assess this damage. Anything else you'd like to add to the mix here?
Yeah, I think the star of Milton was Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, tell us about Lieutenant Dan.
A lot of us were kind of like keeping tabs on Lieutenant Dan yesterday. Well, you know, he's the guy, for people who don't know, he's the guy in Tampa who said he was going to ride out the storm on his sailboat, 20-foot sailboat. And everyone was like extremely concerned. And the Tampa mayor, what was crazy, the Tampa mayor yesterday, actually in a press conference said, I think it was in a press conference, she said that the Tampa police rescued Lieutenant Dan and he's in a shelter. And then literally minutes later, Brian Ensign was like, no, they didn't. He's still on his boat.
Well, why would the mayor say that?
She was like, because she said, if we can get Lieutenant Dan to go to a shelter, we can get anyone to go to a shelter. She was trying to make some sort of point that stubborn people. I don't know. It was really weird though, and pretty embarrassing, because literally within minutes, Brian Ensign popped up and was like, nope, he's still here, and he posted a video. So Brian checked on him periodically throughout the night, and he's actually, you know, he's fine. So and it's all over the media. Lieutenant Dan emerges unscathed. So his plan was, you know, going into the storm, what he was saying was he's going to ride out the storm in a boat just like Noah. Because
he literally said like Noah?
Yeah, he said because Noah was in a boat and the boat floats, and he said everyone who was not on Noah's Ark drowned, which he's right.
That's crazy.
I mean, you can't argue. It's like, okay, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, so that was his thinking, and he said God told him this is where he needed to be. And he actually said, I'm trying to find the comment, he also said that he felt he was called to bring the world together or something like that. So yeah, he had really strong faith, and he said, he said, I didn't plan this, I didn't expect it, but this was God's plan for me to bring the world together.
Wow.
That's what he said.
So
yeah. You
were telling me a little bit, and I didn't get details. Now people are donating a boat to Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, I heard that, I heard on Twitter, I don't know for sure if this is facts or if people are just saying things, but I saw this morning on Twitter, people were saying that he actually got a contract from Kick, the live stream platform, and also that Aiden Ross was getting him a new boat. I don't know about if that's totally true about Aiden Ross, but I do know there was another TikToker named Tampa Terrence who started a GoFundMe to get him a new boat. So let me see where that is. So Yeah, they're trying to raise money. What have they raised? So there's a GoFundMe set up by this guy, Tampa Terrence, and it's to help him get a new sailboat. So they raised $36,000 so far.
Oh, wow. So it looks like Lieutenant Dan's going to get himself a nice boat.
Yeah.
He turns into a little, like, Hurricane Milton celebrity. There's always, like, these wild events out there that always happen. There's always a character.
Yeah.
There's always a character, like a good story, a good guy, a feel-good story.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like Lieutenant Dan has stole the show.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Cedric said Aiden Ross gave him money for a new boat. Yeah, that's what I heard earlier today on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy because he just went mega viral, and everyone's like, where's Lieutenant Dan? Is he okay? Like, everyone last night. And I was like constantly checking for updates, and I was glad Brian Ensign was out there because he did check periodically, and they had news crews set up near where Dan was. So I think if he had needed something, they would have helped him.
Oh, yeah. So they would have pulled him out.
Kind of congregated, and Brian kept telling him, well, we're just going to be right over here, so let us know if you need anything, you know. So they were all looking out for him, too.
Yeah, around here, Magnolia, there's still just everything is shut down. Like everything. Like, maybe I feel like today in all over the Tampa Bay area, things will start slowly get back to normal. But I don't see much things. I think people are just calling this a lost day, you know, like lost day, like businesses are just like, eh. But I'm sure there's going to be some that are going to start opening in gas stations. The issue is you're going to have to start getting gas in here. And there's some reports that DeSantis is going to get the Florida Highway Patrol to start bringing in tankers to get gas and everything like that, because there was a lot of people that ran out.
Yeah, I think what we're hearing though is that Pinellas County has significant damage to the point that they still have it completely blocked off, all access points.
Yeah. Well, they were denying people on 19 to come in. I came in through another way, but on 19 you couldn't get into Tarpon. I think you had to be a resident, show your ID, or I don't know, but I came the other way. I didn't even try to go through there, but I went another way. But apparently on 19, because I was assessing damage in Pasco County, which Pasco County I feel like did okay. I mean, there's some trees, and 54 and 19 doesn't have power, so they got the Florida Highway Patrol there directing traffic. But I think Pasco did okay.
Yeah, Pasco seems like it's fine, but about Pinellas though, they have it blocked off completely, and our yard guy that did the front yard for us last week, he told me this morning that he has at least a dozen friends in Pinellas that have trees and limbs through their roofs.
Oh man, that's horrible.
So there is definitely significant damage to homes in Pinellas.
Yeah, going through already just Tarpon Springs before I went live, I just going down the side streets, and a lot of them have like trees, tree branches, trees falling over. Power is out all over the place, but not everywhere. Which I found interesting too. There's spots where there is power, and then there's spots there's no power.
Yeah, well, I think for us, we don't seem to ever lose power during the storms, and I think it's mainly because our power lines are under the road or underground. But you see, as we're driving, people can see, you know, there are power lines. So I think anywhere that there's power lines like that, where these storms come in, seem like they pretty much always lose power. So I don't know why more neighborhoods, or why all neighborhoods don't have power lines underground in 2024.
Well, I'm shocked that downtown St. Pete kept the power on. But then once you go right outside the downtown into the neighborhoods, the power was out.
Right, yeah. Yep.
So, you know, that was like crazy. I mean, maybe that's a time where everyone should say, hey, let's start burying power lines.
Well, I mean, I just don't understand it. It's like, why would you have, I know it's probably an enormous undertaking to redo your power lines and get them underground and things like that. But I mean, I remember when I was a kid in the 80s, even my neighborhood then, our power lines were underground. So it's not like that's a new thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like every time these storms come through in an area where there's power lines, it's like automatically, you know, they're going to lose power.
Yeah, we're gonna head down towards Tampa Bay, or Tampa. I'm gonna see the Tampa Bay. We'll go across the 60 Causeway. I believe they're open. Are the bridges open, Magnolia? Do you know?
Where? What
Just
bridges?
the bridge, the Howard Franklin, the Gandy, all the bridges that shut down. Does anyone know if they're open now? I'm assuming they would have to open them at this point because the danger of the surge is gone.
Yeah, I don't know if they reopen. I just know that Pinellas County is blocked because they put that notice out earlier.
Yeah, which is pretty much unprecedented. I mean, to say that you're gonna restrict access to everyone and close a county is like. Now there's something going on up.
It might be like what they did with Cedar Key after Debbie. Because remember, after Debbie, we went to Cedar Key and they had the access blocked, and we had to sit there for a while. And that lady, the cigarette lady, was out there waiting to get back on the island, and so they kept it closed. But didn't they open it like sometime like midday? I can't remember the timing. It seemed like it was like maybe around noon or something. So maybe that's what they'll do here with Pinellas. Just leave it closed for now, because I think what they want to do first is go through and assess and see what the dangers are, see what the hazards are, before they let people come flooding back in there, which makes sense to me.
There's some strange things going on in front of me right now. They have tons of Tarpon Springs police, and they got these barriers as if they're going to block off. Like, they're weird. A convoy of law enforcement just went by, and they got these barriers here they're going to put up here on Klosterman, and it's Tarpon Springs police. I'm wondering if they're going to block off the entire road here. This is strange. Like, and ahead, a convoy of at least 7 Pinellas, Pinellas County Sheriffs went by. This is Tarpon Springs police. They might be doing something at this intersection here, which is pretty crazy. I don't know what's going on.
What do you think they're doing?
They might be blocking off. I don't know. I'm looking now. I'm going to see what they're doing here. Can we see this all right? Can you guys see this okay? I want to see what's going on. Magnolia, I'm going to cut you off here for now and see what's going on here.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Magnolia. All right, folks. So I'm just evaluating the situation here. This is JLR Investigates. We are... So we are in Tarpon Springs, and now they're bringing more cones, even more cones. I don't know what they're doing here, but I think they might be... Are they blocking off the highway? Make sure. Could be like a block off. Let me actually go on the other side of the road and make sure we can so we don't get blocked. But they might be doing something here. Very, very strange. I'm going to go across here and evaluate what's happening here. Good morning, everyone. JLR Investigates. We're out here assessing the damage and seeing what's going on. Like things like this, the speedway closed, gas stations closed. They'll have these things, but I want to get out and see what they're doing here in Tarpon Springs. So we're going to step out. They might be like blocking off the traffic, or I don't know what they're doing. Let's go see. Let's go evaluate, shall we? Boots on the ground. Seeing what's happening here in Tarpon Springs. Apparently, it might be because the light's out, but no. Hold on, I gotta move this. I parked right in front of one of these air things, so I gotta move this. I parked in front of one of the air things, so. All right, folks. All right, give me a second. All right. People need air. People need air. See, gas station pumps still out. As if they don't want people coming into the county or what? Hey guys, what's going on so I can inform the public?
Closing this road.
Closing that road? Closing 19? What road's closed? Everyone's going south, that's it. Okay, thank you. All right, something's going on. He's saying everyone's going south, that's it. They're closing the roads. I don't know what's going on here, folks. This is on the corner of Klosterman and 19. Something's going on. They're doing something. We'll see exactly what they're doing. Eventually, they might block off the entire road. I don't know what they're doing. Like I said, there's alerts saying that no one is allowed in Pinellas County or on the roads or something. I don't know if it's still in effect or what, because there's a lot of traffic out here. Maybe people are coming out, and that's why they're trying to stop it. But they're bringing in all these things. This could be something unrelated. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Look, and they're filling them up with water so they don't move. Yeah, I wonder what this is about. We'll keep our eye on this. Might be a situation where they don't want people from here to turn, and there might be some activity going on down here by the water or something, but it's just strange. Even the pole broke. So I don't know what this is. We'll try to find out later. We're gonna head south a little bit towards these medical transports. Butler. No, Hudson wasn't bad. Pasco County did all right. It's as if they don't want people. Here's the thing about it is, if you're coming from here, they don't want people to turn. They want people to head south. So they might not be letting people head north. Yeah, look at over there. They're putting up cones over there. It's as if they're trying to keep people detained or something. That's weird because you can't turn. So obviously they don't want people going that way. They want people to go south. Why? Why don't they want people to go into Tarpon Springs from here? I'm definitely interested in this. When I say detained, I mean like quarantined in an area, because you know when when Milton hit, most of the access points to get out of Pinellas County were all closed. You literally had like one way from like the Oldsmar way or up this way. Other than that, there was no other way to get off the island, which was pretty crazy too. Here, we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. We'll find out what that is later. We'll keep it moving. We're on our way to like Tampa area to see what's going on in real time. Emergency response to this disaster. We'll see if the National Guard is out and about. We'll see if there's any rescues. We're out surveying the damage. Come on in, JLR Investigates. Back on the road. Back on the road again. We are back on the road again. We are back on the road again. Back on again. Back on the road again, folks. Come on in. Back on the road again. Let me get this in good so then we can further discuss. Back on the road again. We're going to go down 19 and see what we see in these different areas. I have Magnolia in the chat. Appreciate Magnolia in the chat discussing what's going on. DeSantis, I believe, is speaking a little bit. Let me make sure I got my Telegram. You know, my phone got all loopy with different... add The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office has closed sections of U.S. Highway 19 due to significant flooding caused by Hurricane Milton. Large portions of roadway adjacent to 19 are currently underwater. They are blocking the way in line for line workers to fix the stoplight. They wouldn't block the way most people would travel, so northbound is best option for workers to fix stuff. So that's some people giving takes on that. That's what I'm thinking it might be doing with the light, but there's also saying that side streets are significantly underwater. So I didn't even think this is their jurisdiction anyway, right here. I thought this was outside the limits of Tarpon Springs. Like, we're right on the outside of the limits of Tarpon Springs. Come on in, JLR investigates. As I gotta fix my phone up a minute. Give me 1 second. We're on the move. We're on the move. Gas stations closed. We're on the move. On the road again. We are on the road again. We are on the road again. 19th. Go right here. US Highway 19, southbound. Come on in. We're off to see what's happening next. Quick bring Magnolia back into the chat. Gonna bring her back in the chat. Hello, Magnolia. Welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
All right, so that was something to do with possibly flooding on the side streets and or fixing the lights?
Yeah, that's what people were saying in the chats.
Because up here, we're having another situation coming up here on Alderman. It also seems like it's blocked off up here, too. Or there's police, but the light seems like to be out. Oh, look at the Exxon station. Oh, wow. Look at the damage here at the Exxon station. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. You see that? It's crazy.
What? Is that all from this storm?
It has to be. I didn't see that before.
Wow.
That's crazy right there. That thing just got peeled off.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't from Helene.
It wasn't like that before?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you? I don't think Helene hit here unless something else hit here. That's crazy.
Yeah,
this gas station.
It's completely ripped off.
Yeah, let me take a picture of this. I'll also take pictures of my own phone so I can retweet and put out. Yeah, that's pretty bad. People said bad construction. Right?
Yeah, it looks pretty flimsy.
Looks pretty flimsy. Oh, usually a lot of the damage in hurricanes and storms, that's what you get on some of these gas stations. You get the aluminum and the topping peels off like an onion. It just shreds.
Yeah, like that Tropicana field, that roof literally got ripped to shreds.
Yeah, that's pretty wild at Tropicana. I mean, you know, and here's the thing about Tropicana. There was talks that would have been like an evacuation center.
Yep.
You know, imagine if people were evacuating and then were there and then you lose your roof while you're there. I mean, imagine that disaster.
Yeah, they had Tropicana field. They were using that. That's where you would show the staging area where all the linemen were and things like that. And all those emergency workers that came from all over the country, they were all kind of set there. But they've moved that now, they said. So I'm not sure where the new spot is, but yeah.
If someone knows in the chat where it's at, we could go take a look. Are we talking about like with the FEMA camp type things with all the trailers and everything?
Yeah, weren't they all in that parking lot?
They were all there, but the night before the hurricane, they moved because I was going to do a live there, and then I went there and there was nothing there. I was like, where did everyone go?
Yep.
Like everyone was like gone.
Yeah, so I guess they moved wherever their staging area is. They moved it to a different spot now. So, but you know, I'm sure a lot of those linemen are out in the field now anyway. So, but yeah, I thought it was weird because it was just kind of strange. Like when they said last night about we first saw that the roof came off, because that same exact thing happened during Katrina with the Superdome. Remember they used the Superdome as like the last resort spot for evacuees to go for shelter, and then the roof came off and it was just a complete disaster. Because they did have a lot of people. That was the thing in the Superdome. They had that place filled with people, and then the roof came off, so it was a disaster.
Yeah, around here, it just seems like here in Palm Harbor, it just seems like the businesses are closed and there's no power. I don't see any power.
Yeah.
So how long would power be out? I came through here last night. It was very creepy driving through here when all the power's off. And no one was out. That was dude, it was so surreal last night. It was like you were in your own world when I was driving up 275 after leaving St. Pete and literally driving up and connect here to 19, and it was, you couldn't see nothing. There was no lights on, very few lights on, and not one vehicle was out and about. Like, it just felt like I was like the only one on this planet. And it was very hard to see because some of the debris was in the roads, and I had to stop at different points because there was like flooding in the roads and different sticks and tree limbs in there. And now they're all clear now. I don't see anything in the roads here on 19. If this would be one of the first places they would clean up, the major thoroughfares.
Yeah, so people are still asking about your car. So Jonathan's car was not damaged. It's the tire issue. It's the left front tire. It's basically separating from the inside out, and it's warped. And there's like a very obvious warp on the outer wall. So he's gonna have to get that replaced, but not today.
Yeah, but imagine if I was out there and my tire blew in the middle of a hurricane.
Well, what I think about the tire was it clearly there was something going on because we could all hear it, and people have been saying that, and we kept checking, you kept checking all the tires and everything, but basically what was happening is that tire was separating from the inside out, and it's not something you can actually see with your eyes while it's happening. You only see it when it bulges out from the side, and that's because the separation happens, and then eventually the cords will actually start poking through. But I think what happened was the tire was already probably separating before, and that's what we kept hearing. And then whatever that was that you hit last night, that was that.
Now I found, look at this damage here. It's like a big giant sign here. T-Mobile, Aspen Dental Salon, Jersey Mike's signs. So, yo, they had wind here. They had gusts here. Maybe even hurricane gusts.
Yeah.
This is on Tampa Road. This is right by Tampa Road in 19. Now that's wind when that does that, or it's just poorly mounted. Could be a combination of both.
Yeah.
Up here at Tampa Road, it looks like there's cops blocking off the intersection here. I don't know what this is about. Might be because the lights are off. Like here, right here, this sign here got blown away. All you can eat. So.
Yeah, so I wonder if these storms, all these storms happening, this was the
fourth one in a year.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering though, like, if all these storms might lead to new regulations for like building codes and things like that.
Oh, there's no doubt on coastal communities, no doubt. If you lose your home on a one-story, they're probably telling you if you rebuild, it has to be two-story.
Like on stilts?
Stilts, yeah.
Yeah, but even like these signs you see, I mean, like you showed the Exxon, that whole entire thing just ripped right off. And that's so dangerous to have metal like that flying around. So I just wonder, like, why do all these businesses and all these things along the coast have such like flimsy construction? It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they've been too lax or something with building codes, because it seems like these storms come through and just completely destroys absolutely everything, and they have to start all over.
While it seems like the newer versions of things withstand, I mean, I guess newer houses and newer buildings have they're hurricane built, hurricane proof winds. They'd say, oh yeah, we can last past the 150 mile an hour Cat 5.
Yeah.
But some of these older constructions, rest in peace.
I mean, just use brick. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are we just using brick, concrete, whatever, that can actually withstand, you know, because our house, we're not in a flood zone. A lot of people were really worried about us, but our house is not, technically, it's not in a flood zone. But beyond that, the house itself, what's crazy is, this is, I think, the third hurricane in this house that I've sat through. Debbie, I was actually out with you. But all three of these hurricanes that I've been here, what's crazy is I barely even hear it, the storm outside. Especially if I have your live stream on and I have the volume on, I barely hear the storm because our walls are like concrete and brick. The walls are so thick that I barely hear it. And people, like last night, people kept saying, how's the storm? How's the storm? And it's like, well, I hear it a little bit, but I really have no clue until I actually open the door and look outside, because it's just so, it seems like this house is just so strong or something. It's really odd. The loudest part of the house is one of the bathrooms. Like, if it's storming and I go in there, it's kind of scary actually, because I can hear it really loud on the ceiling and the window. But other than that, like anywhere else, I barely even hear the storm. So I feel like that's how houses should be built in Florida.
McFly says Bradenton got smacked. Bradenton, Florida. Here. Bradenton.
Brenda said masonry is the boss. Love my trade. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
here,
Brenda, that's what I'm talking about.
here's the thing too. Right here, this is gonna be. Oh crap! Look at that sign. Oh, I wish I could see it. Show it, dude. A complete. Let me see. Let me see. This is whack. This is crazy. Let me show you something. Let me pull over here and show people something here. Let me take people to this giant sign. Also, folks, on 19, man, this is bad because there's no power on Tampa Road, Curlew Road, and Nebraska, which are very big major intersections, and they got police directing traffic. Magnolia, let me call you back. Let me show everyone this. I'll call you back.
Yeah, all right.
This is pretty intense here. Check this sign out, like one of these billboard signs. Complete billboard sign. Wow, look at that. That thing uprooted the entire ground. That thing might weigh a ton. Crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Those signs are huge on 19. It's the same thing as like these type of signs. It's like one of them blowing over. But look where it, yeah, that's crazy. We'll keep evaluating the damage, things like that. I mean, here around here, I think right here we're getting towards Clearwater. So I believe Clearwater had an over 60-mile-an-hour gust. People need to stop calling me when I'm live. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know. I have text. I don't answer my phone anyway. I don't know about you people, but I don't answer my phone. I just text. All right? You got to text. Well, let me fix this up here, and we're going to go to the next. We're going to keep it moving here on JLR Investigates as we evaluate the damage. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, we're on the move. Give me 1 second on the move here. We're on the move. get Magnolia back in the chat. Hello, Magnolia.
Yeah.
You see that sign?
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are talking about the crane.
Yeah, the crane.
I guess the crane crashed.
Yeah, we could go down there and look while I'm down here. I mean, I'm in Clearwater at the put. We could go down to St. Pete as long as the roads are cool. I'm sure they cleaned off the main roads. We could go down there and look and see the crane and everything like that. But traffic is starting to pick up again. Here's the thing about it is after these storms come through, all the curiosity seekers and everyone comes out and they're like, what's going on? What's going on? They're coming out and or people are just coming out to go about their business, and then they have to, you know, there could be a lot of traffic, but so far here, no businesses are open that I see.
Yeah. I wonder when DoorDash is coming back.
Yeah, DoorDash, Uber Eats.
Yesterday, they canceled. They did that last time too.
Now, is there talks of another hurricane possibly coming through the Gulf again?
Well, I saw something yesterday, Hurricane Nadine, and it looked like the track I saw it had it going towards New Orleans.
Oh, that's another one we're gonna have to chase. Sucks.
Yeah, let me see if there's anything new on that.
Man, that Gulf of Mexico, man, it's been like the Gulf of Mexico, man, 2 hurricanes within a week and a half. That Cat 4 or higher is like crazy. I mean, this one that we just had before it weakened, it had the pressure like 897 at its lowest. I mean, it was like the 5th strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic side. And then you had Helene. Look what Helene did, and both storms had almost record rapid intensification. Like overnight, they just blew up.
Yeah, especially Milton, because it went from like a 1 to a 5 and all in one day.
Imagine
like,
though,
overnight.
imagine. I could not imagine. Imagine if a Cat 5 hit St. Pete, like an actual Cat 5. St. Pete would be in. I mean, literally that crane that fell off, I think skyscrapers would break off. Chunks of concrete and windows, and it'd be a war zone. But it's possible. That's the crazy thing. Miami. Imagine if Andrew hit Miami instead of Homestead.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if one hits a major metropolitan city, Jacksonville. Remember Hurricane Dorian? Remember Dorian came and Dorian went to the Bahamas, and then it stalled in the Bahamas and like literally was off the coast of Florida, didn't even hit, and then went away. But imagine like if a Dorian stalled on Miami.
Yeah.
For 3 days. And just sat there at 150 mile an hour winds. Miami would be gone.
Yeah, so I'm looking at, what is this? Nadine. So, yeah, Nadine's in the Gulf, but they're saying, like, now, yesterday I saw a thing where they had a track where it was going towards Louisiana, New Orleans, and now I'm seeing one that's showing the Florida Panhandle, but also other people are saying it's not going to hit Florida at all. It may be Cuba instead. So I don't know. I think it may just be that it's too far out right now to tell. But it seems like it does keep moving. keeps changing. Milton.
Another thing is, we're in October.
Yeah.
And getting crazy storms in October. Yeah, I'm gonna head down to St. Pete. I'm gonna see what's going on in St. Pete. I'm gonna go down there. I'm assuming that they probably had the streets cleared off. We won't go on over any debris. If the roads are clear, we'll stay on the roads. We'll go there and look at the Tropicana field. We'll see the crane, wherever that is. That's next to... Oh, you know, the crane fell like on the Tampa Bay Times building or something. Right in front of the Tampa Bay Times.
Oh, I didn't know that's the building. I knew it. I mean, they had noticed. So, but at the same time, we saw all the debris that was still piled up from Helene. So there was a lot of things that were still not done by the time Milton came. So I think after a certain point, their number one priority was cleaning up all the debris, and that's kind of where they had like all hands on deck. So maybe a crane was like lower on the priority list, but they can take the cranes down. It just takes a lot of time, at least a couple of days.
Well, the same thing happened in Ian down there in Punta Gorda. There was a crane that was dangling and it fell down too on one of the buildings there.
Yeah, people are saying Punta Gorda is completely flooded.
So it's hard to get down there because of gas situation. See, the situation around here is gas. There's no gas stations open. I mean, we had a full tank of gas here. This is a hybrid. This thing got 500 miles on a full tank of gas, but there's no gas anywhere. So, but you're gonna have a lot of outside, and this always these situations with these hurricanes where volunteers and helpers want to go, or even the media, anybody wants to go to these communities after it happens, but can't get there because of the gas. Yeah. Like North Carolina. Mm-hmm. People have problems getting gas. So I don't know for future solutions what could be a solution with a gas situation. I guess have a truck and have a bunch of gallons of gas on you, I guess.
Someone in chat, Kate said in the chat that she thinks that they opened Pinellas County and the islands at 8:45.
Oh, they opened up the islands?
But yeah, that's what she said. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna go back and look at that note because there was a notice that went out this morning about Pinellas County all access points closed.
Well, I can tell you, like here on 19, there's not a lot of traffic. I mean, there is some.
Yeah, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office put out a notice this morning, I think it was, effective immediately. All access points to Pinellas County are closed until further notice. The barrier islands will remain closed. So, but someone in chat said she thinks that it's open now. We'll have to check that.
Well, also, you know, it's dark out and you really don't know the damage. See, those hurricanes at nighttime, you got to be very careful because you really don't know what the damage is until first light.
Yeah, someone else said barrier islands open to residents and commercial owners as of 9 a.m. So I guess if you have a business or you're a resident, they let you in at 9 a.m. today.
So that would mean then that within a day they'll open up for normal people. I don't think they got significant damage, but it looks like a war zone anyway. Here's the problem with those barrier islands: they were mass scrambled to get rid of that debris because of the fear of the storm surge. But even those people driving all around there collecting all that debris, it's just a mud sand mess all over those islands.
Yeah, it's going to take so long to clean all that up. And, you know, the thing about it was, my opinion was after Helene, I think that we really saw that it was almost like this lackluster response, at least at least as far as getting debris cleaned up. And we even had people telling us, and our landscaper even told us, certain landfills, they were not letting people dump debris. They weren't letting any commercial trucks or anything like that into a lot of those landfills until very last minute. And then all of a sudden, on like Saturday, DeSantis, I guess the state took over, and they were like, we're going to leave these open 24/7. And that's when, you know, the lines started forming, and he showed the lines and things like that. But as far as getting the debris cleaned up, there really was not a sense of urgency that first week. They really started moving quicker once it became clear that Milton was coming. But by that point, you know, it was just too late. There was just no way they were ever going to get all that debris cleaned up. So Lord only knows where that debris ended up, especially in the areas that got the storm surge.
There was also an issue with FEMA denying commercial drivers access to some of those landfills to dump the stuff. And that's people are saying, I don't know why FEMA would do that.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. And they told the drivers to literally take the debris back and leave it at people's houses, and FEMA would come get it sometime over the next year. That's what they said. It's like, what? So, yeah, and our landscaper, he was saying he thought maybe part of the reasoning for them blocking, like, why would you know, it just seemed really suspicious. Like, why are you blocking a landfill from people whose job it is to dump debris?
Well, that's going to probably be talked about. I'm sure people are going to be addressing it to the Pinellas County commissioners and trying to find out a solution to that to make sure this doesn't happen again. But who knows? I mean, Helene was a different animal. I'm not saying you'll never get that again, but I mean, people are saying literally that they were living there on the island for 30 years and they never seen nothing like that. Look at these cars abandoned. There's another one up here at the top of the bridge. Or up this overpass here. There's a few. Look, people parked their cars up here. What's going on here with this?
Where?
Up on the top of 19. Oh, this person has no tire, no tire. They all got flats. I wonder what happened.
Yeah, your screen is very pixely right now, so I
can't
really see what you're. Yeah, I don't see any cars. I see a couple cars.
How did I get pixelated?
I don't know, but it's pixelated, so I can't really tell what you're pointing out.
Hopefully, it gets better.
So you think that people? Oh yeah, some success woman said ran out of gas. Yeah, so that was the thing with the evacuations. We heard people were running out of gas, people were getting stuck.
Yeah.
So, you know, the evacuation process itself poses its own dangers. And that's something I don't think a lot of people really think about, or they don't really think it through. Like, because we had a ton of people, and like all my friends, all my family, literally everyone was like inundating me with messages for days like, you need to get out, you need to evacuate, you need to. When you think about the evacuation process logistically, they told people.
There we go, we're live. Seems like it doesn't even work. Hello. Can you hear me? He's looping. Can see, but no audio. No signal. Cell phone tower down, I think. I'm back. Yeah, I think the cell phone tower's down or something in this area. Because, man, it keeps going off. Even the phone service got off. Which is very, very strange. There's no power at certain lights. We're back. bad. Audio. Can you see me? I can hear you all. Yes, we made it. We made it past the purge. Pick is choppy. Yeah, going into St. Pete here, man, even my phone's dropped off, which was very crazy. I don't know what that means. Maybe the system is overwhelmed or city. Very choppy. Yeah, I'm working my way down to downtown St. Pete. So hopefully this gets better. Yeah, we're back. Hopefully this gets better. Or we'll just restart the stream when we get downtown. Traffic is out here crazy. Oh, now we can see. Now we can't. Come on in, JLR Investigates. St. Pete, Florida. It's as if my phone is melting. Man, these lights are crazy. One thing I don't like about Florida is all the lights. Lights take forever. Lights. See a lot of people in the chat. Welcome aboard. Literally is the longest light ever. I got about 5 hours of sleep last night, folks. 5 hours good. I went to bed at like 3 a.m. Nah, 2:30-ish. It's the worst lights, man. It literally is. I'm stuck. Make an assessment. We're on our. It's a reminder, folks. I should have brought the Starlink. Should have brought Starlink. Here we go. We're on the move. Oh, man, there's an accident behind me. We might be better as we go. I'm here. Come on in. We're better now. Hello. Man, those neighborhoods. No power, no cell phone. No power, no cell phone. Now we're clear. Almost clear. JLR Investigates. Back at it. Come on in. Yeah, through those neighborhoods, man, the cell phone towers are out. It's crazy. I'll be in downtown St. Pete in 2 miles. It's the 5G. The 5G is bad in the area. It's crazy. It's going bad again. Hello. Howdy. We're back. I'll show you something crazy here. I don't know if you can see it. Stadium. It's like, let me take a picture. Crazy. St. Pete. Billboard, gone. Look at the billboard. We're back at St. Pete looking at the damage here. JLR investigates. Going in. Yeah, downtown St. Pete, everything's fine. As far as reception. But once you go outside the city, cell phone service, like our call got dropped off. Me and Magnolia's call got dropped off. Which is pretty wild. All right, I want to go where the crane fell. Let's go look at the crane. Tree damage. The crane. The plane, the crane. A lot of debris cleanup going on in St. Pete. The crane. All right, yeah, up here is where the crane fell, I think. We got the streets blocked off. We'll go evaluate. We'll go understand this crane. Yeah, they got a lot of tree tree debris all in the streets here at St. Pete. Nothing catastrophic that I see besides, but up here is where the crane got knocked down, so we'll see what's up with this. We'll get out and evaluate. Oh, this was like 1 block from where I was at. Let's go see. All right, we're gonna go evaluate this crane, folks. Crane. We're gonna go see what happened with the crane. Oh, look at this thing.
Look at that. That's something crazy. What made it do that? Because there's no way wind's just ripping that out of the ground.
Apparently the crane fell up here. But where's it at? It might be over on the other side. Where'd the crane fall? Do you guys know?
The other side.
On the other side.
It's on the other side. It's the complete other side, yeah.
Complete other side.
It's pretty close, actually. Yeah. You gotta go around this way. Yeah, and then come back around that side.
Apparently that crane fell. Somewhere over there. We'll go over there and walk. Apparently it fell over there. We'll go down there and look. Look at the park. Park has got all types of crazy stuff in the park. All right, we're gonna evaluate damage in St. Pete.
I'm not being on video, bro. We're recording this. I'm fucking boring it up.
Apparently they don't want nobody going near the crane. They got like all the streets blocked. We're going around the other side. Man, what a mess. It's just a lot of these like branches and tree debris all over the place. What a mess. Crane. Something came off. Glass everywhere. Oh, that's something busted off from up top there.
We were flying there, the new construction on the building, so we got a little flooding in the apartment.
Apparently they don't want you anywhere near this so-called crane thing that fell. They got all the streets blocked around it. Oh, there it is. What a mess. That thing landed. Look what it did. You ready? Go around the other way. See. We'll go up another block, see what's up. So just basically a lot of just wooden stuff, tree limbs. And then we'll go down to the waterfront and see the surge that never happened. But people are coming out. I mean, they're venturing out. People have coming out. I've seen people walking, there's couples, people on bikes, exercising. People are about, man. They were all hurricane hunkered down, and now people are out and about. I think the storm, as far as like wind damage, I think St. Pete probably got the worst as far as wind damage. People, yeah, tornadoes. Yeah, what a difference 24 hours make. I mean, we couldn't even see nothing in front of our eyes, and wind is going all over the place, and everything's blowing around. And yeah, it's stuff where you got like things like this, like gates blowing off, billboards. Still enough to have to do the cleanup, which totally sucks. Tree limbs. Palms. Remember these palm things where like these things get ripped off the palm trees? Like these things weigh a lot. These things weigh a lot. They're like, thing weighs a lot.
What you just did.
Yeah.
Take down because of structural damage or whatever.
I don't know if it would have been. If we would have taken out 4 or 5 of those patios, that's not easy to fix.
No.
Did you see the other building?
Looks like it's a piece that came from there, that came crashing on into the building. through there. This thing weighs hundreds of pounds. I can't even pick it up. No way. Can't even pick it up. Wow, imagine that thing falling on somebody. That could kill you. That could kill you. If it landed on you, that could kill you. Dude, that's hundreds of pounds. Oh, imagine where I parked and the crane fell on top of me, I'd be gone. You would never see me again. That'd be crazy. Spectators. Oh, so.
Because they're gonna have to cut out. We got greenhouse filter anything. Yeah, I did hear that once in the office they have to bring everything back up and they have to check. Exactly. Yeah, they could be able to. Definitely gonna be good.
The crane.
said that, not have serious injuries or damage.
So this looks like this is the spot where some of the media stage their cameras. This is ABC News reporting in front of the crane that crashed in St. Pete. We're live at the scene and police have taped it off. And now the cleanup efforts are underway. You know, that sort of deal. A couple minutes, out of here. So that's the media. And then you have spectators. Police here.
No. I was like, I seen a nice little traffic thing,
That in the Tropicana Field seems like the two places that got the most extensive damage. We'll get in our vehicle and go down by the water. See how the boats fared off. The alarms keep going off all over the place. This thing came. Look at this thing. It's like on it. He tried to sneak in. Police officers like, get out of there. So yeah, it's like bad, but it's not catastrophic that I see downtown. Just, I mean, except that crane, which is horrible because that crane could have killed somebody. That crane could have seriously killed somebody. And then just a lot of debris and we'll go down to the water. Yes, boots on the ground. As we discussed, the before, the during, and the after. That's what we do on JLR Investigates. Now, eventually, I'd like to get back to those islands. Might not be able to do it today. I want to see what Tampa, downtown Tampa, looks like too. Because, man, that storm was whipping through Tampa yesterday, winds-wise. We're back at downtown St. Pete where we were last night. Seeing what type of damage is in Pinellas County. We started in Tarpon Springs. Apparently, once you get outside the cities of St. Pete, the reception, the cell phone service, the cell service is down, it appears. Verizon, at least. Look at this hotel. It's called the Princess Martha. It's nice. This looks like a kind of like a Ritz-Carlton type hotel. Oh, and it's warmer. It's back warm. Like a couple days ago, remember it was all crazy warm? Well, it feels warm again. Let's go in the park and show you just the amount of the damage in the park. I think this is the main park here in St. Pete, one of them. Yeah, a lot of like this type of debris all over the place. Branches. What a mess. The whole park is a mess. Got to clean all this up. Somebody's gonna have to clean all this up. Well, the park is here. It's called Veterans Memorial. Get out of the road. Get out of the road. Bird crossing. Bernie made it. It's so refreshing in the shade around here, though. All right, so we're gonna get in our car. We're gonna go down by the water. I'll park down there and see what's up. See what we got. We'll walk around, see the area where I was at yesterday, last night. We'll see if they cleaned it up yet. Just debris all over the place. Look at this limb. Dude, I don't even know what type of, last night I was zigzagging all the way down one-way streets and red lights. It was pretty wild stuff. Just going past red lights, parked in the middle of the street during the hurricane. It was pretty wild stuff. For sure. All right, we're waiting to cross here. JLR investigates, boots on the ground. Assessing the damage from Milton. Milton didn't play games like Milton Bradley. Milton was the real deal. Oh, Milton. Is Milton severe enough for them to retire the name, though? You know how they do with hurricanes? They retire the names after a while. Certain storms, they say, oh yeah, we're going to retire so-and-so's name. Will they do it with Milton? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think they retire Milton. But who knows? All right, take a quick walk with us. Let's go around the block, and then we'll park. We'll go around the block, and then we'll park. And we will keep it moving. JLR investigates. Ah, nice cold air. Nice cold air. Oh, gotta put my seatbelt on. Safety first. Safety first. Safety first. Safety first. Safety first. Alright. We are making, is this a one way? Nope. Both ways. We are making a right. We're going to go down by the water and walk around a little bit down there and assess the damage down there a little bit. Come on in. JLR. Investigates. Definitely going to get my 8 hours of sleep tonight, pending no other type of tragedy or breaking news. I plan to get 8 hours of sleep. How many hours of sleep are you going to get tonight? I am exhausted. But this information needs to get out, folks. We need to share what's going on in these communities. Let it be seen what happens after these events happen. You got 3 hours? Some people didn't sleep last night. It's been a sleepless night for a lot of Floridians. Particularly Floridians in the central part of the state, because that storm was barreling through in the middle of the night. And you really think that you could sleep in a Cat 1 hurricane that is plowing through the state at night? And all your shutters and everything banging against your windows and howling. And I think some Floridians got some sleepless nights. Sleepless night last night. And then if you get damaged, you probably have subsequent sleepless nights, because cleanup, worrying, panicking, wondering what you're going to do next, how you're going to do it. I'm so lucky that my car tire didn't pop in the middle of the storm. We would have been messed up there. But those winds here were pretty intense, to say the least. 100-mile-an-hour gusts for sure. 60 sustained. JLR investigates. Moving along. A couple blocks here will be the riverfront. We'll see what's going on down here. We'll see the storm that never, the surge that never happened. Which is good. The surge that never happened. What's happening, folks? Pinellas County has restored access back into the county and the barrier islands after initial damage assessments from Milton. But in Pasco County, they're doing some some rescues with the National Guard on Anclote River near Mitchell Boulevard and Little Road. Water rescues. Pretty down here, though. Lights are out. This is the area we were in last night. All right, yeah, we'll park. We'll park up here. We'll park right here. We'll go see. Oh yeah, some major trees got uprooted here. Wow. Watch this, folks. This is pretty crazy. Some trees got uprooted pretty strong in this area. Tree uproots. People are coming over to see these trees that got uprooted. Generational trees, for sure. Ouch. Wow, look at this, folks. It's the power of a hurricane. This is what happened. It's one tree. Then there's another. It's like a double tree. Here's another one even bigger.
Come on, buddy.
These trees. And you know what's crazy? They're all facing southeast. So it could be possible that these fell when the storm was passing through with the sling jet, that back end of it, because they're all that way. Direction. All these trees facing that way. That was probably the back end when it was passing through with the sling jet that ripped these trees up. Just ripped it right off, right out of the ground. Crazy. Some people said the tree was already dead from dying. Well, there's two of them. One, two. Gone. Sling jet. I learned something new yesterday with the sling jet. Here's another one. Facing southeast. The three trees that fell here are facing southeast. Sling jet. Means the winds were pulling away. Crazy. And you notice the crane fell also southeast. I think that was that back wave when I was parked. Lieutenant Dan. I was gonna say rest in peace, but he's fine. Lieutenant Dan is fine. We should go find Lieutenant Dan. What a mess. Yeah, I'm eventually going to work my way over to Tampa. See what happened there. Alright, so this was supposed to be the area where the surge was supposed to happen. That didn't happen. Looks like boats are okay. Is the water lower than normal? Let's see. It's pretty low right now. No storm surge. I am kind of, I'm hot. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Man, the temperature's shot back up here. Got to be close to 80 right now. Looks like some surge got this stuff, but this was probably Helene. Most likely Helene damage. St. Petersburg Yacht Club. Yacht Club. All right, keep it moving. Water's nice. Marina's intact. Look, they're already doing the cleanup. There they are. They're already out there doing the cleanup. Getting that stuff off that street. Making it spiffy for tourism. The residents in the community. Oh yeah, they clean it right up. Cleaners. Already cleaning the streets in St. Pete. They're gonna need more than one, but one is better than nothing for now. Is it even working? Because I don't see the streets cleaned, I see a street. I see a streak. Maybe. Pioneer Park. A lot of trees down at Pioneer Park. No surge. Street signs busted, look. Oh, that thing bent. How does that something like that bend? Let's go investigate. Shall we? This is what 100-mile-an-hour winds will do. Bends it. Look at this giant tree. He has a shirt that says, "Don't feed the locals." And it's an alligator on the back. Don't feed the locals. What a mess. Right here. All in this area. These are some really old trees, folks. Another big one. Gone. What a nuisance. It's gonna take a while to clean up here. And trees facing southeast. A lot of the big trees that are knocked down are facing southeast. Sling jet. The sling jet. I'm pretty confident it's the sling jet. The back of the storm as it was passing south of Tampa and south of St. Pete and going into the state brought all this. What we saw when I was behind that building, all that wind was going that way. Sling jet. It was the sling jet. Or the back of the storm. You could say the back of the storm and the sling jet, but everyone was talking about the sling jet. The sling jet. Yeah, the weather is so nice out here in St. Pete. It's beautiful. See, this is the Florida everyone like sees, you know, and says, "Oh, I want to come to Florida." Here's another one. Tree that way. This one's more of a south than southeast. Uh-oh. Gotta get out of this mud. Ugh, ugh, ugh. We're going to go down here at the water and evaluate the situation. JLR investigates. Assessing the storm damage down here in St. Pete. This is where we were at. The western eye wall came across here and pounded this area for multiple hours before the storm went across the state. Sliced across the state. My take is, I thought the winds here were a little bit more intense than the winds were in Perry during Helene. My honest opinion. The winds in Perry were pretty intense with Helene. The winds here, I think, went up a little bit. More gusts here than there was with Helene and Perry, my opinion. Hello. Look at that color. That's an interesting color there. It's like a blue. Oh, that's so cool. All the birds are out. Trees are down, birds are out. Birds are happy as can be. Storm is over. Look at all these birds out here. All right, it's all flooded out back here by the marina. Hello, birds. Hello. They're all chopping away. Hello, birdies. Hello. Hello. Hello, birds. JLR investigates. All right, so I just got to take you over here to the water. If I can get to the water. How am I going to get to the water? Oh, I have to go this way. I'm going to have to go around. I'm about to take the sidewalk this way. Man, this place is like, ugh. Flooded out, tree limbs all over the place. It's the marina. Ugh. So wherever the next storm is, we'll be chasing it. If it hits Louisiana, can't go to Cuba. Sorry, guys. If it goes in the Gulf of Mexico and forms and comes anywhere in the Gulf of Mexico in that bowl from Texas to Louisiana. The only hurricane we missed this year was the one that hit Louisiana. Reason being, there was just so much stuff going on with all these crazy shootings and crazy stuff that we didn't go to Louisiana when that sliced through. Was it Francine? Hurricane Francine. All the other hurricanes we covered. And every hurricane that we've covered in the last 4 hurricanes that we've covered, we were in the eye or the eye wall. Not bad. You gotta pinpoint it and you gotta chase it down, but you notice, hey, gotta give me credit though. Give me a little credit for not really being a professional storm chaser, but give me a little credit that we end up going to the location where the eye most likely is, or the eye wall, before the storm comes, not intercept it. We seem to be going to these right places at the right time. We're like there waiting for the eye to come, or the eye wall. Interesting. I tend to know where to go. How can that be? Is that just by luck? Or is that good instincts? I do rely on some of the models for guidance, and then I get my own take. I kind of evaluate the winds, the directions of the winds and currents and things like that, and I put it all together and I come up with the best assessment of where I think it's going to go. Now, fairness, I did go south of here, but we stayed in the eye wall and it rained the entire time. We didn't even get in the eye here, but we were right on the right eye wall. Within 5 minutes, 5 miles of being in dryness happened here. Look how beautiful it is out here. But look what it is here. Oh my God, isn't this beautiful? See, this is the thing is, you're from the north, you're retired, you're like, oh my God, I want to live in Florida for this. The Florida breeze, the beautiful clear water, the fresh air, tropical feeling. This is where people get turned to. But then there is some gloomy days, and all this water can come right into land. And all hell on earth because of the water. These storms are created from the water. Water is their fuel. But lately, Florida hasn't had their good luck with hurricanes, right? They've been hit pretty hard. It's like a crapshoot. But one thing I'm a little shocked on, we talked to a resident of Clearwater. I remember the guy told me he didn't have flood insurance, and he lived on Clearwater Beach without flood insurance. It's just like, what? Magnolia is an excellent investigator. Shout out to Magnolia in the chat. Magnolia, Project Veritas. Magnolia comes from Project Veritas. And I will say, meeting a lot of people within Project Veritas, a lot of friends, Magnolias, and now friends of mine, they're the best you can get out there. They're pretty good. Investigative journalists. They're out there, undercover journalists, SI, spontaneous interventions, right? Spontaneous interview. Yeah, the PV people, the PV's no more. Project Veritas is no more. But that's where Magnolia comes from. Magnolia comes from Project Veritas. Former Director of Operations. And now producer and co-host of JLR Investigates. We're always investigating. Not just storm chasers. We're true crime chasers. Manhunt chasers. Border stuff. Breaking news. Missing people. Crime scenes. Fugitives. Manhunts. We do it all. And JLR Investigates. Boots on the ground. Look at last month. Last month was wild. We went from manhunts to things in Springfield to sheriffs shooting judges to hurricane chasing. What's next? What's next? What's going to pop up next? That's crazy. People said Lakeland is devastated. Yeah, interior, I only can imagine. And within the next day, we'll get out to those places and see. I'll try to see what's up. Like a place that is not getting attention or needs attention. The wildfires. We did the wildfires. We did the park fire north of Sacramento. We were there for a week. Wildfires are no joke. That literally looks like Mount St. Helens. Like a nuclear bomb went off. So we're working our way back downtown. This is a beautiful, I mean, St. Pete, be a nice place to live, right? Imagine being down here on the water and having the skyline here, restaurants, walkways. It's nice. Nice. And remember, folks, they haven't had a direct hit in 103 years in this area. So we'll pretty much say this was I'm not gonna say it was a direct hit, but it's more or less a direct hit. I think they haven't received wind damage like this in a long, long time. Maybe something else. Maybe a tornado came through or some sort of microburst or something that I don't know of. I think this is the most damaged wind-wise, the most winds they've seen in our lifetime here. Flooding. Mother Nature taking her land back. That was one of the comments. All right, we're working our way. I want to walk the streets downtown here a little bit, see what we find. But I think my overall assessment is St. Pete did all right. St. Pete will survive. And it's interesting that they opened up Pinellas County Islands again, and the county opened up access to the county after assessing the damage and determined. So that's a good sign, because if they kept the county closed, then be like, whoa, well, we got some significant damage here. We don't want people around. But the fact that they opened it up, it's like people are getting back to normal. Back to normal. And who knows? Everyone rebuilds stronger, more vibrant. And this would just be a memory, a faded memory, a blip on the radar. And Tampa Bay never receives another hurricane in our lifetime again. Could be. Or is this the signs for more to come? Look at that. I'm gonna go to the spot where I was at last night. It's a block up here, a few blocks. Let's see what's up. Bird's eye video. I appreciate you and Magnolia. Boots on the ground. Would be nice if you could go to Wyoming and report on the devastating wildfires. Very little coverage. Thank you. Yes, I saw the images. I saw the images of the animals getting out of the way and trying to escape the flames. The West has been like just in Oregon, California, and now Wyoming. I mean, the West and other states too. The West pretty much have been socked with wildfires all over the place. And it is wildfire season. Yeah, we know about the roof off the baseball stadium. We saw it last night. We drove past it last night. Now, with that, if there's any good news out of that, baseball season is over. So, they'll probably have time to redo it before the start of the next season. I'm sure there's other events though that they have there that's scheduled that probably will get altered. I'm sure that venue there is used for other things. But I sense it's like the people, I'm sensing the body language of people, and it's just like a sense of relief, and this is over with, and time to go back to regular scheduled programming. It's like people are just probably sick of this, sick of the last 2 hurricanes, and just sick of it, and just like, finally, let's go out and about and this is one thing that fell, I believe fell somewhere. Maybe. There's more damage. Looks like it came from there. Crashing down. Ripped right off. This was one of the areas I was in with all that howling wind. I was sitting right here. Nothing significantly crazy. I don't see like windows busted out. People say Nadine will come on the 16th. Beautiful downtown here. It's beautiful. Hello, doggy. A lot of trees and debris still in the street. Trash cans blown over. What a mess. What a mess. Signs blown. Trees. What's going on up here? We got all kinds of firemen got out of their trucks. Let's see what this is about. What are they doing here? What is this? They all got out with their hard helmets.
So earlier it wasn't blocked off. I go through here.
Everyone's looking. Everybody's staring at something. Oh, look at up there. Windows are all busted out. What's going on here? We got fire here. We got 2 fire people here. What's going on here? You might got people trapped. Maybe. Anybody know what's going on?
They're probably trying to get up in there. Where all the work is.
What's going on for the viewers? Hello.
Yes.
What's going on with the viewers? What, we got a rescue going on or something?
We're worried about the building.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right, they're worried about the building. They're worried about this building. Like,
Sir! Sir! Hey! Hey! Come on.
they're worried about this building. Maybe it's not structurally sound. Probably assessing to see if it's any structure damage. They're putting up tape around the building. Well, this is interesting. I mean, look at the building. It got all these windows busted out. I feel like the building's gonna fall. He just told me it's about the building. They're worried about the building. It's not about a rescue. Something going on at the building. Foundation damage. In the meantime, he's taping it off down there. You could see there's some damage on the side of it. look. Some stuff fell down.
Safe, just precautionary.
Locked.
That whole building is cracked. Can you look at the windows? How they're pushing out? One building. That's why your engine started flying from there. So, go ahead with your car over there. Take the lift off right now.
Looks like there's water.
We got somebody going up there. We got somebody going. Over there. Take off. Guys, I need you all over there, please. ASAP.
Oh, they're worried about the building. Shutting the whole thing down. Shutting it down, folks. They're shutting down the building. Something going on here. I think the building's gonna fall. I mean, the building got messed up, man. There's so much windows and stuff blown out, and there's stuff that's off the side of the building. I don't know. Is this precautionary, or is there something more of this? They're now making everyone move. JLR Investigates, share this out. We are live in St. Pete. We got a situation here unfolding about a building. They're gonna shut the roads down. It's this building here. It's right by the building where the crane fell. Now we have another building issue. And they're moving people. And he's putting up more tape. Might not be good, folks. Is it tilted? It looked, I'm telling you, the building looks strange to me. Like, it looks like it's tilted. It kind of does. Dude, it kind of looks tilted, man. They're shutting down the block. I need to go get my tripod. I mean, we might be here for a while. Hey, Magnolia, take a photo here and put the tweet out that there's something going on at this building in St. Pete. They're closing off the road. No, it's weird because there's a lot of stuff that fell on the other side there, and many windows are busted out. Are they concerned that it's going to fall? And now they're blocking off, and they'll probably push people back even more. He's putting up tape. He's directing people to go the other way. This is the fire department. I wonder if they bring more personnel here. 2 fire trucks thus far. I'll be honest. Look, they're putting up more tape. I'll be honest. It does look like kind of like weird. Like it doesn't look right. It looks like it's tilted. He's putting up tape here to block off everybody here. JLR Investigates. We have a developing situation here and they're blocking everything off. They're taking pictures up there. What do you think? He already told me there's an issue with the building, but they're not doing rescues. There's an issue with the building, the foundation, the structure of the building. It just looks off. Man, you can't have a catastrophe where a building drops after a hurricane. That would be devastating. I mean, this building though it's messed up as it is. There's so many windows blown out. And there is damage that fell off the side of it over there. So I don't know what they're doing. They're probably just looking. This could be preliminary, folks, too. They could. Oh wow, they're blocking another block. They're blocking everyone. They're kicking everyone out. This is something interesting, folks. We got a development here. He's going further back.
Guys, I need you all back. Hunter, I need you to go for your safety, sir.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
What's going on with the building? Structurally?
Not really sure yet.
Gotcha.
How far back do you want me to go?
We're probably going to take it to 2nd Street.
Oh, they're pushing everybody back. All right, folks, you heard it here first. JLR Investigates. We have a developing situation. We have a developing situation about the building. Look, a lot of the windows are all busted out. Yeah, he knows. He might be telling us. I think they're going to push people back even farther. It looks like it's leaning. I'm telling you, it does look like it's leaning. I don't know if you guys can see it. I definitely see it. Like it's leaning. It's looking like it's leaning to the right. Look. Shutting down the blocks.
Everybody's got to get off this block. We're going to go all the way back.
At building number 7.
Back home. They're taking us in.
Someone said something about that.
Nothing's open. Everything's closed on this side of the block. Yeah. You got to go all the way down.
All right, they're kicking everyone off the block, folks. Something's going on here in St. Pete. Building is leaning. Shutting the block down. I think they definitely think this thing's coming down. Look. Something going on with that building. Shutting it down.
Yeah.
What is it? Did it crane
It got hit by the crane.
Oh. All right, so they're moving people back. We have another issue, folks. This is crazy. Meanwhile, all these businesses are closed. They're literally pushing everyone back to University Way. Yeah, take a picture. If it goes down, you might never see it again.
Yeah,
Right?
it's true.
You think it's leaning? Looks a little leaning to me.
Is it?
You think so?
We just saw a picture from the other side. Have you seen the other side?
No, I did not. What's it?
It's all crushed in.
Oh, it's crushed in.
I'll let the cars out. The sides fell off of it.
Sides fell off of it, folks. They don't think it's structurally safe. That's what he said. The sides fell off the building. So we have a damaged building. They're keeping everyone away from the building. That building there. It's an old building. It's smaller ones amongst the other ones. Is that a way to get rid of that building and then put another? That building might fall, he said. He said the building might fall.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God.
What'd he say?
That building in the corner might fall.
He said the building might fall.
Yeah.
That old one on the corner.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, yeah. I do.
Folks, the officer just said that building might fall. Yes, the yellow building right there. The smaller one between the other buildings. There's something going on, and they're pushing everyone back. And more fire people have arrived. Put up barriers. We have a potential issue, folks, right here. JLR investigates a building could be collapsing soon. Oh my gosh. Let's pray that it doesn't fall. All right, folks. So we are here at St. Pete. What's going on is they blocked off the streets for people that are just jumping on. They blocked off the streets and they fear that that building right there could fall down.
Just tell Steve I need one more down.
Possible collapsed building in the making. Or is this just precautionary? Or is this just precautionary?
Guess I can't go to
you know why they did something?
They're worried about integrity of the building.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that.
I'd be good.
What do you hear about the yellow building?
I was just talking about it right there. Because you know what I'm saying, why they were taking this on, if they were worried about it.
All right, so that's what we have here, folks. I don't know if it's what or what. If the situation's more dire, we'll evaluate this. Let's just keep this in mind. But people are saying scanners going crazy with this issue. Central Avenue, that's it. So people are saying the scanner is going pretty good on 300 Central. That is 300. Bringing more fire. Oh, look at all the fire people. Wow, they got a lot of them there now. They brought in more fire people to evaluate this building. Let's go up a block and see. Let's go up this way. We're gonna go see the other side. We can detect it here. All right, we're gonna evaluate the situation.
Huh?
JLR investigates. Yeah, I'm gonna go around the right side, but they might have this blocked off too. I think they have this blocked off too. They're trying to keep people away from these buildings and cranes. Now they got the St. Pete police on this side too. Let's see if we can get closer. Man, they got all types of issues down here. The crane fell there, and the next building over, the yellow building, they feel it's going to fall down. Yeah, maybe I should get up on a building roof. What in the world's going on here in St. Pete? Now you got buildings ready to fall. Possibly. Fire department here. Oh, look at this. Kicking people out. Kicking people out. Kicking people out. It's that building there. It's right there, that building there. Now they're making people move back. That building right there. Something's going on with that building that they feel. And that's where the crane fell a block away. So you got two issues right now in downtown St. Pete. You got the crane, and then you have this building here that, I mean, the building does not look like it's in good shape. Now, I don't know if that's stuff that blew out of the building before or what, but on the other side, we could see debris that fell down from the hurricane. And it's quite possible, folks. It's an old building. It's an older one smashed in with these bigger ones. Oh, that's one of the lower buildings. You got a parking garage next to there. So I'll call it an emergency situation. Now you got multiple blocks in downtown St. Pete that are now closed. JLR investigates. So, crane is over there. Building is right here. More police have arrived. Wow, what a day in St. Pete. This is 3rd and Central. I believe it's 3rd. 2nd and 3rd. It's that building there that they're concerned about. We'll go back the other way and see if we can see who else arrives. People saying 300 Central, and the people in the chat were also saying the scanner is pretty lit about this building. I would. Got a building. Do we have like a Tower 7 situation? Like a building that, I don't think the crane hit that particular building, but the building nearby. But we got a situation where it's like Tower 7, where somewhere else nearby falls. And we still got all this debris in the streets. Yeah, they brought more police. They don't want anyone near that building. this. All right, they put up more crime scene tape. More crime scene tape up here. All right, so what they have is they have multiple blocks cut off. And they got police almost on every single corner going up. 1, 2. It's probably about a 4-block radius. And it's the concern is this yellow building here that they feel could go down or has some sort of damage, and they've just closed off all the blocks. We were up there when they kicked everyone off. We were up there when the ambulance arrived. Or I'm sorry, the fire department. So we're waiting to see what happens here. All right, they got emergency people over there walking around assessing the situation. Somebody said they bought that building recently for $6 million. You could clearly see a lot of damage to it, as far as, I don't know if it was before the hurricane, but their windows are busted out. There's stuff on the side of it that fell. Most damage is right around where we're at. Guess this would be like a precautionary thing. So far, I see really just blocking off. I think they're blocking off to bring in their people, probably, most likely, building inspectors, whatever, to determine what's up. I mean, what do you do? Even if it's not structurally sound, do you just keep blocks closed? For how long? Like, what about they determine it's not safe? what happens at that point? People gotta take it down. Controlled demolition. Controlled demolition. All right, so I'll be back on this situation. I have to charge up my other phone and switch the feed. So I'm gonna work my way back to the car and evaluate this, and we'll keep our eyes on this. I'm not just gonna sit there and perch in front of there and wait. I think this is gonna be a long process, and they're gonna be on there all day long. They're not gonna be able to sit there in 10 minutes or 20 minutes to determine it's safe. I mean, this is probably gonna have to bring in engineers and all types of people. Do I think it's imminent to fall? Probably not. My opinion. Like, if it was gonna fall, it would have fell by now. But I think it's gonna just be a very, very long process. But we'll evaluate that. So other than that, you know, the damage around here is, this is where I was at last night. I was right there. Yeah, they're gonna have to bring a structural engineer, and they're gonna have to bring you know, and then they're going to have to build code enforcement and all those people, and then they're going to have to determine how they're going to proceed on this. They might just say, hey, we already got a block away anyway, closed off. It's just close this 4-block radius and just close it off, and at that point is and determine to do what. But what a mess. What a mess. Yeah, I'm in St. Pete. JLR investigates. I parked like a couple blocks away at the marina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off for about 15-20 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to stay here or go to Tampa next to see what happened in downtown Tampa and how there's damages in Tampa. We're out in the communities surveying the damage, the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. But overall, besides, you know, these little pockets of issues, St. Pete seems like it's starting to vibe again. You know, people are out and about. People are cleaning up, they're walking. There's couples holding hands, people walking their dogs, exercisers. Residents are starting to come out again. So, moving forward, right? All right, folks, I'll be back in a bit. JLR investigates, boots on the ground. Thanks for watching this particular segment, and praying for everyone in Pinellas County and everyone else that was affected by Milton and Hurricane Helene. All right, folks, I'll be back soon. JLR investigates. Thanks for watching.